Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. We are running 6.4.2 Crit Me with your best shot and Tunnel Vision Path. So the nodes here, the first one is going to be Crit Me with your best shot. So the defender will only take damage when you do critical hits against them, and as well as Tunnel Vision. So if you try to do the same type of attack twice in a row, you will be affected by a falter and you will miss your attacks. So you cannot do two mediums, you cannot do two lights or two heavy attacks. So yeah, special attacks are not counted towards it. So just to keep that in mind. And there is another helpful node by the name of critical setup. So if you use the same kind of combo, basic attack combo, the last hit is going to be a guaranteed crit. So if you use a medium, light, 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 medium, and you do the same again and again, the last medium is going to be a guaranteed crit. So that helps you with the crit me with your best shot. The mini boss is going to be a Taskmaster with all the same nodes and an added node of Hurt Locker. So we will discuss that also once we get to the fight. And the final boss is going to be a Thor Rag who is going to use a lot of specials, a lot of power efficiency, as well as aspect of that is going to make him lethal for 4 seconds every time he uses a special. So more on that once we jump into the path. But before we do guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those bell notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me keep making these videos. Now the first fight is going to be against Joe Fixit. Now it's a pretty simple, straightforward fight. His special 1 and special 2 are easily available. I would suggest you to block his special 1, but make sure when you block he is going to put a falter debuff on you because you're blocking. So it's really advisable for this part that you run willpower because that will heal you up with the falter. So yeah, you can either bring in champions that can bypass falter and then let critical setup help you with the 5-hit combos to kill off the opponent, or you can bring in champions that have easy access to criticals. So for me, I have brought in champions that have easy access to criticals. I'm going to use them. So it's your choice you want to bring. If you look at the viable champions, your Nick Fury, your Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen, and your Professor X, they all bypass falter. So they can have falter on them and they can keep healing with willpower, but they can still hit the opponent. And the other champions I've mentioned are your Hit Monkey and your Mole Man. They are champions with good access to criticals. So it's your choice you want to bring. And yes, I would suggest you to keep pushing him, Joe Fixit to SP2. It's a pretty simple and straightforward fight. Now the next defender is going to be an Heimdall, and now you also know that he can auto block. So I brought in Corvus Glaive. Once I did start the path, I didn't want to bring in Corvus. I should have brought in other champions because Corvus takes a lot of time to ramp up, but he does help you in the upcoming fights. So all I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to bait his SP1 out for Heimdall and then go back and retaliate for him to auto block, and then I want to knock him down. Now unfortunately the RNG here was not really good for me and the fight went really wrong. Eventually I do get that one charge from here and I kill him off. Now, I would suggest that it's also advisable you bring in some other champions and kill him down faster. There's also Magneto, he's a metal champion, so that will work as well. Now you need to be careful that you do not push him to an SP2 because SP2 is unavailable and it gives you a lot of damage on the second time around. So make sure just keep him to an SP1 and go back and lay into him and he will die. Next up, we are going to have a Sentinel. Now, I would suggest you to bring a Cosmic Champion here because of his analysis charges. If you bring in some other champions, something that who have more bleeds, he is going to resist them, and he's got his 100 analysis, and then he'll be an annoying fight. For me, I brought in Corvus Glaive. I already had one charge from the last fight, so it became much easier. So you will notice I'm just throwing my SP2 with some good damage, and I will finish off these charges once, and when they come off cooldown on the second time, I can easily take Sentinel down. But if you don't bring in the right champion, this fight can be prolonged and can be really annoying. Now, next is another annoying fight for this section. For me, it was a bit easier because I brought in Magneto. Now, with Magneto, he will easily magnetize him and reduce his ability accuracy. So I can every now and then parry him and use my special attacks. I was trying to use an SP2 for the longest time and give him a lot of damage with if the SP2 did a critical hit, but again RNG wasn't in my favor and it was a very long fight. Now you don't have to play it like this. You can bring in any other champion with a high crit rate and you can do backdraft intercept. Now if you're not aware of how that works, you just hold your ground, and as soon as Annihilus jumps into you or he dashes into you, you swipe back and his animations are longer. You can swipe back and start using your medium attacks, and that will intercept him, and you can use that to avoid that armor break and also that unstoppable dash he gets when he is hitting you in block. So once you have that down and you can easily take him out, you will notice here that with Magneto I do have a falter on me, but I am not missing because Magneto's when he has magnetized against metal opponents he can bypass the miss chance. You can do the same by using other champions, like for example when Human Torch has more than 10 temperature, he can bypass miss. Same goes with Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen, he can easily bypass miss with his abilities. Same goes with Professor X, as soon as he above 30 Cerebro charges, he bypasses miss as well. And as well as Nick Fury's tactical charges when they go above 5, he can easily bypass miss. So you can use different champions and depends on you how you want to approach the fight. You can bring in champions that have very high critical rate, or you can bring in champions that have guaranteed crits, or you can bring in champions that can deal with the falter and the miss, and you can take health from critical setup. So it's your choice, guys. And the next defender is going to be a Kingpin. Now with Kingpin you need to be careful. After his buff he is very good at shrinking off debuffs and getting unstoppable. So do not push him to an SP2, otherwise it's going to be difficult for you to evade and you might die. So always keep him to an SP1 and keep hitting into him. Try to bring in champions with more critical hits. So in my case I'm using an Angela because as soon as I go to 2 bars of power I get a buff for critical rating and I almost crit on every hit. So I was planning to use that and just block him and then I can regen back with my regen. So Angela was a good choice for this, but I still died and I had to bring back another champion to kill him off. But you get the idea. You can bring a tanky champion with some good crits and block him, and as soon as he uses a heavy you can attack him and then push him to an SP1, and once he throws an SP1 you can dex it and then retaliate and kill him off. Next up is going to be Captain Marvel, the classic version. Now again she is a very easy fight, her specials are very easily available, SP1 or SP2, any doesn't matter. You need to be careful on what kind of combos you use. I like using medium, light, medium with Hit Monkey because that gives him the most critical chance. Or you can bring in other champions that will ignore the falter and the miss, and then you can just use the same 5 hit combo or 3 hit combo over and over and get guaranteed crits from this node that is called critical setup, and that will help you as well. So again, simplified, many options, take your pick and let's kill her off. Next fight is going to be against a Cap.America Infinity War. I am going to bring in a Corvus just to get that extra charge if I might need to use him for another fight. His specials are easily evadable, SP1 and SP2, you can easily dodge it, and you can go back in and lay into him. Just take care of what champions you bring in. I honestly think that Nick Fury is a really good champion against him. Also Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen. Also Monkey King will work really well because they are all skill champions, and either they have good crit rates or they can bypass the miss, and that will really help you against Cap.America Infinity War, because you will also have his glancing and that will also take some of your crits away. So it might be a little longer fight, but it's doable very easily. And the last fight on the path before the mini boss is going to be BlackBolt. Again, you can bring any champion. For me, I'm going to use an hit monkey with his guaranteed crits to kill him off. All I'm trying to do is to only hit him during his block, so I avoid the falter. Even if you do get the falter, you can just block and use medium, light, medium again. The first hit will debuff the falter and the next two will connect. So that's also one way of going about it. Just be careful with BlackBolt that he will start gaining a lot of furies and a lot of critical rating with those buffs, so all you need to do is to keep baiting his specials and then go retaliate. The mini boss fight is going to be a Taskmaster. Now this guy used to be very difficult before because not only he has those nodes from the path that is going to be crit me with your best shot and as well as critical setup. He used to have also along with hurt locker terminal velocity. So whenever you will crit him, his power gain rate is increased, and together attach it with crit me with your best shot. So there were two nodes that would work against you. But now after the nerf, they have removed the terminal velocity. Now it's only hurt locker, so you can easily just deal with him. Just bring in any champion with a good crit rating and kill him off. Specifically a mutant champion because you will get glass advantage. I am using Magneto because he's a metal champion. I tried my best to use my SP2 and one SP2 can crit, but that didn't happen and it took me a long time to bring him down. Probably that's why the video is 35 minutes long, but then I was able to get the solo on him. I would suggest you to bring in better champs to deal with him. And finally we have the boss with Thor Ragnarok. He has combo shield, aspect of death, power efficiency, and also prove yourself. So he will only start take damage once you have hit him 15 times, and after he has taken 15 hits, he can only start taking damage. Now there's quite a few different champions that I can use here. My go-to champion for this fight is going to be Magneto, because Thor Ragnarok is a metal champion. So I'm just gonna build up to my SP3 with 40 prowess charges and let it rip, and he will die. It's a pretty simple and straightforward fight. All you need to do is to make sure that you don't get hit while he's unblockable and using a special, because he will go lethal. Right there, in a normal circumstance, I would have died, but because he's magnetized, his aspect of that node did not trigger. So there's another advantage from Magneto as well. So, and also you can use champion that can block unblockable spells, but then again I wouldn't advise that. Just use champions with good damage, you can easily take him down. Power control champions can also work here, like magic, like voodoo, or like the vision from tech, but they are gonna be longer fights, so again it's upon you what champion you're gonna use. For me, Magneto is a very easy choice because of his because he's metal and he dies in one SP3 only. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video and you found the tips and tricks helpful. If you did guys, make sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those bell notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot. Go to the playlist section of the channel and you will find guides, video guides for all of the chapters. That is going to be from chapters X6, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, and as well as 7.1. If you're looking for infographics, just look at the video description. You will find a link there, by a bit.ly link by the name of infographics from MCOCNOOB. You can click on it and you can get all the help that you need from there. So I hope you found it useful, and apart from that guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.